Hej och välkomna tillbaks. Hej, välkomna tillbaka till If My Heart Had Wings. Så skulle jag flyga högt över molnen och ta mig själv en snus. Välkomna tillbaka i alla fall. Idag startar vi den här menyn för att... Idag startar vi den här menyn bara för att jag vill... Vi kommer få höra en ny låt här. Jag vill höra den från början, tänkte jag. Så att vi ska starta härifrån. Vi gör så här och vi gör så där. Nu ska vi höra den här låten från början. Ska jag ta den här snusen, annars kommer jag dö snart. Undrar om det är någonting i den här. Nej. The old garage, built in a quiet place behind the school building. It seemed that nobody was using it or looking after it. Det är någonting som låter i bakgrunden. Är det en del av låten? I thought there might be something interesting in there, so I sneaked inside. The first time I saw it, I just thought... Det är någon som pratar i bakgrunden. I just thought there was some weird objects in here. It didn't really pique my interest. The thing that changed... Varför pratar de i bakgrunden? The thing that changed everything was finding that photo. Hidden carefully inside a notebook. There was a photograph of incredibly pretty clouds. I och för sig, de kanske säger det här. Det är någon som berättar nu. Det kanske... Ja, det är det. Det är nog Anna med... Amane. Could such a beautiful sky really exist? I almost felt like asking myself this. That's how great it was. But something was off. What's with this photo? Oh, I got it. Yes, this photo was taken from above the clouds. That's what was written in the notebook on the pages between the hidden photo. What great luck. We could, by pure chance, fly above the morning glory that has suddenly appeared above Kasagora. You might have been called it a miracle. It was a wonderful experience. A morning glory, huh? They flew. As I continued reading this notebook, or rather the flight log, I became more and more absorbed in it. This photo of the clouds was taken by people who were using this garage. They flew high above the clouds in an aircraft called a glider. For this glider that has no engine to fly as high as above the clouds by only using the wind. I wonder how does it feel to soar through the sky and fly. To fly above that beautiful passage of clouds. While thinking about that, I made up my mind. I would repair the abandoned glider and head beyond the clouds. The next day, I immediately revealed my great plan to my best friend. Okay. The sun started to set. Shall we call it a day? Himari said that as I was taking a break after returning from a flight. Couldn't we fly one more time? We still have a bit of time before it gets completely dark. There are no streetlights around here, so it'll be pretty dark even before the sun completely sets. That would make landing dangerous. She's right. Even when we came back just now, it was hard to see the runway and my sense of distance was messed up. So, like I said, that's it for today. Kotori, let's get going! Himari called Kotori on her cell phone. Currently, Kotori was by the winch. Kul för henne att sitta där i flera timmar medan de andra går runt och gör roliga saker. So, we're done for today. Yeah. Though the perfect wind for training has just started blowing. It can't be helped. We shouldn't cause any accidents. Senpai looked towards the eastern sky as she spoke. There is the orange sunset, the same as always. Looks like it didn't appear. The sign. The sky showed that nothing would happen tomorrow morning. I saw her face as she was gazing into the distance. It seemed filled with impatience. Alright, så vi ska bara vänta på att den där Morning Glory kommer. Okej. Since the winch Since the winch came back, every day we've been doing so many test flights as possible. The glider needed some adjustments, but the main objective was Amane-senpai's and my flight training. You ascended quite far today. What altitude was that? Around 600 meters. Whoa, that's a new record. You really got the hang of it, haven't you? Yeah, but riding on the thermal is still pretty difficult. Not for me though. Thermals are ascending currents formed by air heated by the Earth's surface. They occur more often above areas covered in soil, asphalt, etc., where the temperature rises easily. By catching these thermals and riding on them, we can increase our attitude. However, the thing we're chasing is invisible. Invisible wind. It's not easy to catch. Also, after we successfully get on it, the wind is still unpredictable. Its flow and strength aren't stable, and it may suddenly disappear. However, if we don't learn how to manage them well, we won't be able to reach the passage of clouds. That stretches high in the sky. Amane-senpai was hanging her head with a blank expression. She was poking her pasta with a fork, but she didn't eat one bit. You don't like it? No, that's not it. I'm just thinking a bit. She smiled faintly and poked her pasta again. I exchanged glances with Himari and shrugged my shoulders. Beside senpai was Kotori, absorbed in reading the book that she borrowed from the library. Why don't you read after you're finished eating? Yeah. It's no good, she's not listening. Kotori was like this for quite a while. She has been researching about the morning glory. Ever since we started test flights, Kotori didn't have anything to do except operating the winch since she was disabled. Wait, what? That's why she seems to think that she's useless. She was really involved in the construction of the main wings, so that's not true at all. But thanks to this, we have found out something important. A few days ago, after the farewell party. Alltså jag kan inte bestämma mig hur jag ska sitta idag, så jag bara sitter så här, flyttar mig hela tiden, flyttar på mikrofonen, flyttar på mig själv hela tiden. Det här är en historia som handlar om det naturliga fenomenet som inträffar i Burkstaden i Australien. Pested by Kotori, here were sounds translated to the English book. It's a book about morning glory. According to it, the clouds that appear above Australia can have a total length of around 1,000 kilometers. It doesn't have to be just one cloud. Many can appear at the same time. When the sun rises and the air temperature increases, these clouds disappear. There's only around 2 hours until then. For the locals, this is a sign of rain. It's said that stormy winds are blowing violently underneath these clouds. The altitude of such clouds is about 1 or 2 kilometers. If you can ride the updraft well, then it is possible to reach those altitudes. It's... jag ska kolla det här. Jag ska kolla den här. Kolla den här Snapchatten jag fick ifrån en kompis, en vän. Picknick. Han har hänt min Snapchat, varför har den gått sönder? Det står att det här fenomenet är orsakat av en kollision utav brisen, the wind och land bla bla at the waterfront. Okej. Och på natten så kommer luften att kylas ner. Varför funkar inte min Snapchat för? For real though. So the currents flow downwards during the inversion layer. När vi förstår mekanismen så kommer det vara lättare att förutspå den. Men terrängen och vädret... nu kanske det funkar. Picknick. Okej. Men terrängen och väderkonditionerna är alldeles för olika. Differ. De är inte lika. Aren't there any signs that will be easy to understand? Something like that is described right here. Ibarison translated and read out loud. När stark och fuktig vind blåser från norrut och den östra himlen blir lila vid solnedgången. Det står här att vattendroppar appear on a fridge at a pub. What? It can occur the next day. Is there any pub anywhere around here? Calm down. This is Australia we're talking about. It's super weird. It's like a fucked up. It's like a fucked up version of our country, you know. You don't even know what's going on. When the air temperature is low and humidity is high in the morning, there's a high chance it will occur. That's what it says. When the air temperature is low, humidity is high. At dusk on the previous day, the eastern sky was purple, huh? But wait a second. Excited, Kotor opened an old notebook. It's a flight log written by the old members. Here, look at this. Kotor opened it to the page that described the day before the photograph was taken. In other words, the day before the morning glory occurred. It seems that they also did a test flight on that day, and detailed information about the weather conditions were recorded in the flight log. When they did the test around 4 p.m., the air temperature was 23 Celsius. That's pretty low for a midsummer day. It says, after that, a strong wind blew from the direction of the sunset. It became quite chilly. It was written in the remarks column. They went through the efforts of writing it, so the change in the air temperature must have been quite significant. About the color of the sky, it doesn't say anything. The important thing is that this log was written without the knowledge of the morning glory would occur the next day. They wrote this without realizing that this was one of its signs. This is a pretty big hint, isn't it? Yeah, thanks, Annette-chan. You're welcome. Since then, Kotor has been checking the weather forecast constantly. She's also reading books related to weather, as if she was trying to become a weather forecaster or something. To summarize, there are 3 signs that indicate the morning glory may appear. 1. On the day before, a moist, strong wind blows and the humidity is high enough for water droplets to appear on any fridge in a pub. Or if used in a pub. 2. At dusk on the day before, the eastern sky turns purple. 3. It gets much colder than the most summer days. Perhaps this is all complete nonsense, but that's all the information we have. Kan inte bara ringa någon som faktiskt kan väder? Hey, whose turn is it today? I'm not sure. We decided that every day we'll take turns getting up before dawn to check the sky for those clouds. Even if there aren't any signs the day before. Whose turn is it today? Oh! What? Jag kan inte ens välja henne. Alltså jag hade valt Kotori oavsett, men förvånad att jag inte kan välja henne. Jag tror att vi börjar närma oss slutet av the common route nu. Vilket är lite exciting kanske. Antar jag. Isn't it Kotori's? Kotori lifted her head as I said that. Yeah, it is. Well then, I better quickly have a bath and go to bed then. Vadå då? Tar de bara för givet att du ska följa med? If the morning glory does occur, we'd have to fly right away. That's why we left the glider on the runway and just covered it with a sheet. Even if it doesn't occur, we can still start the test flights early in the morning. It's a little rough, but it doesn't look like it's going to rain anytime soon, so I have no excuses. There's no way we can let this 1 in a million chance pass us by. Hup. Fan, jag kan inte sitta still idag. Jag hittar inget bekvämt sätt att sitta på. I can't sleep. I closed my eyes and rolled over in my bed, but the sleepiness wasn't coming back. I got up and opened the curtains. The sky was still dark. I could see the flickering stars. I went outside. In the middle of the garden, Kotori was staring at the sky. How is it? It doesn't look like anything's going to happen. I see. I also took a look at the sky. All I could see were the glittering stars. There was no sign of the clouds we were looking for. It was quiet. So quiet that I could almost hear the sound of the stars flickering. Do you think it will happen? Well, I don't know. If it happened, this would be the best summer holiday ever. Yeah. But even if it doesn't happen, it's already the best summer. Damn, you're a smooth talker. Please teach me your ways, dude. Smooth. You're a goddamn smooth talker, man. I'm really impressed. But even if it doesn't happen, it's already the best summer holiday ever for me. Nu ska vi se, vi gör sådär, vi gör sådär, vi gör sådär, vi gör sådär. Summer holidays are always fun, but I enjoyed it so much this year that I think it's the best I've had to date. Me too. I haven't felt like this for a long time. Huh? I'm sad to think that summer holidays will be over. Is there anybody who doesn't feel like that? Kotori shook her head. Ever since I injured my legs, for me the end of summer holidays meant only the start of a new school term. The school that I hated so much was starting again, and that's why I didn't want it to end. That was the only reason. But now it's different. I enjoyed this summer holiday so much, I don't want it to end, because it was fun. Summer will come again. As long as we're alive, dozens of times more. But this year's summer will end eventually. Having too much fun can be kind of bad, right? I think I'm gonna be burned out by the start of the second term. Kotori giggled at my remark. You know, I came to think of Isuka as my own friend. Friend? Kotori nodded, looking quite embarrassed. Isuka wrote in her flight log, "At some point I won't be here anymore. Remember?" Yeah, I remember. She wrote a similar thing a few times. When I read that, it reminded me of myself. I felt the same way, that someday I will leave this place myself. Disabled Kotori, who didn't really fit into the class, was seriously thinking about quitting school around the time I came to the dormitory. Kotori, who constantly felt that she would have to leave, was strongly affected by reading Isuka-san's flight log. So you mimicked her by making that list. She added her own points to the things I want to do list that was written by Isuka-san. Yeah. At that time, I didn't even have a single friend, so when I read Isuka's flight log, I thought of her as my friend. This distracted me from my loneliness. Now that I think about it, it was pretty stupid. That's not true. You're here now because of those feelings. Yeah. That's why Amane-chan, is a different story. But I also wanted to fulfill Isuka's dream. As her friend. I see. Yeah. I also feel like Isuka-san was my friend. Det är så det här kommer sluta. Alla är Isuka-san. Maybe every one of us is Isuka in some way. She was Amane-senpai's best friend and left the glider behind for us. Now I know that she was also like a friend to Kotori, and I used to comfort her in her loneliness. To Amane-senpai, Kotori and she's an important friend. That's why I also owe a lot to Isuka-san. I just confessed something embarrassing. Why are you so happy? I wonder. I just felt like talking with you, Aikon. Because we're best friends. Alltså ja, ni kanske är best friends, vem vet, men det där lät lite out of place. I said it jokingly, but Kotori cast her eyes down. Well, maybe. It bothers me a little that she was that embarrassed, but I'm happy that she did accepted me calling us best friends. But the fact that I'm still here having such an amazing summer is all thanks to you, Aikon. Thank you. Oh, yeah. As I answered meekly, in my mind I replied, that's my line. If it weren't for Kotori, I don't think I would have ever come across the glider. And even if I would have, it certainly wouldn't have been that much fun. It's dawning already. Vadå, var du uppe hela natten eller? I och för sig, det är sommar nu så... Solen kommer upp ganska tidigt. The eastern sky was getting faintly brighter. Shall we get breakfast ready? Okay, ska inte ni leta efter molnen nu? Everyone will be getting up soon. And another busy day will begin. Okej, det var ganska fint. Oh nej, we're back to her. The drug addict. No, I'm just kidding. I'm hungry. Everyone is still out. They sure are working hard. Is there anything in the fridge? Hi, Hat Senpai. Are you hungry too? Quack, quack. It's not food you're after, then it's a bath? Quack. Oh, I see. It's quite cold today. I'll be fine, even if I wear more than just underwear. Quack, quack. Yeah, your bath. Let's go. Looks like it feels nice. I'll take a shower later too. Hey, Hat Senpai, what's that? Quack? Look, the sky is purple. Doppity boopity boom. Doesn't it seem faintly purple? The direction is east, which means the eastern sky was bluish purple. We stopped tidying up after finishing flight training for the day and gazed at the eastern sky. Is this a sign? This was a long-awaited moment, but we were cautious not to get our hopes up yet. I'm not sure, but it didn't have that color until now. Well, I wonder. Not since we started paying attention to it, that's for sure. The air temperature is 25 degrees centigrade. Va? That's 3 degrees lower than yesterday. Vadå centigrade? Vad betyder centigrade? Jag har ingen aning, jag ska googla. Det här är en educational stream. Centigrade. Vänta, va? The unit was called centigrade. Jaha, så det hette centigrade innan det hette Celsius. Men ni använde Celsius tidigare, så varför säger ni centigrade nu då? The humidity increased a little. There's a breeze too. This could be it. We all looked at Amane Senpai. Senpai was gazing at the eastern sky. She was motionless and silent. It was as if she was making sure this phenomenon that could be her sign was real. Or as if she was praying. Amane-chan. Yeah? It might occur tomorrow morning. There were 2 days left of the summer holidays. This was the time limit for Amane Senpai's activities with the Soaring Club. Senpai? I know, yeah, it'll be alright. I poked Kotori and whispered to her. At times like this, it's Vice President's turn, right? You're right. Listen up, everyone. The morning glory will definitely appear tomorrow morning. Let's believe in this. That's why, regardless of whose turn it is, today we will all wake up before dawn and prepare for flight. Har Kotori fått flyga än? Jag vet inte om hon har fått flyga än. Det jag däremot vet att jag måste snyta mig, vänta. Okay, that's why, regardless, yeah. Alright! Okay. 4 a.m. Don't make too much noise. Kanako-san is still sleeping. Roger. What? Kotori. Sorry. What? We got up at the time when a person on duty usually would and left the dormitory carrying our things. There's still 1 hour before the sunrise. We have to complete our launch preparations before then. It's quite cold out, isn't it? It's a little chilly when you're lightly dressed. Senpai, will you be alright in those clothes? Yeah, I'll be fine. Look alive. Amane-chan, soon you'll be flying above the clouds. Kotori, not so loud. Himari, how's the sky? I'm not sure. The sky was covered in darkness. With the naked eye, we couldn't confirm whether there were any clouds or not. Alltså jag tycker det är lite intressant att vi har kommit typ så här 15 timmar in i den här vårsnovelen och det är fortfarande 2 personer som vi inte har träffat än. Vi har träffat dem men de är typ inte med. Vi har sett dem typ en gång var. Anyway, hurry up. If we're too slow, we won't make it for dawn. Jag vet inte hur långt det är kvar av common routen, men det känns som att det tar slut snart. When we reached the runway, we immediately began setting up. Right Alerian. Okay. Left Alerian. No problems. Next is the elevator. When I had a spare moment, I ate a rice ball that I had made yesterday evening. Okay, tack för informationen. I had to do something about my empty stomach after all. Amanda-chan, what's gotten into you just now? Sorry, it's nothing really. I'll be fine. I'm sure everything will go well. Here, have a rice ball and chin up. Yeah, thanks. Oi, will you manage? I don't know. In the training, I finally figured out how to catch the thermals. The highest we've flown during practice has been 600 meters. You won't be able to reach the morning glory at altitudes like that. Suddenly, a strong wind blew. I can deploy the die brakes. Got it. Even when the glider is on the ground, if wind hits the main wing, it will generate lift. But men vad gör ni med den medan ni sover? But wind stays strong. If we're careless, the aircraft might blow away. That's why we're resorting to equipment that's used to reduce the lift during landing. Even if the wind hits it, it will be fine as long as only a little lift is generated. It has suddenly become very windy. Maybe it's the influence of the morning glory. In the book, it was written that when this phenomenon occurs in Burketown, Australia, raging winds are blowing beneath the clouds. It'll be a crosswind launch. Of course. With a strong wind from the side, the glider will be blown away. That's why a special technique will be necessary to take off. We haven't practiced it much, but we should manage somehow. Look, it's dawning. Boppity-boom, 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 boppity-boom. Alltså jag vet att jag tror jag har googlat förut på just Morning Glory, men jag måste göra det igen. Jag vill se fler bilder. Morning Glory. Ja just det, det kom upp en blomma när jag gjorde det. Morning Glory, Sky, söker jag på det. Okej. Det är ganska coolt faktiskt. Det är faktiskt jävligt coolt. The Mysterious Morning Glory Clouds of North Australia. Det här är faktiskt jävligt coolt. Det är väldigt mycket just Australia också. Det här är fan coolt. This is pretty epic, coolt. Och allt sånt där. The eastern sky brightened faintly. The big crunch is here. And with it, the state of the sky became clear. The clouds are over there. Wow, nej, inte den här låten igen. Nej, inte den här låten igen. On a dimly lit sky, still before the dawn, a line of clouds have appeared. What could be called morning glory was thin and delicate. It looked like it could disappear any moment. Coterie, prepare for launch. Roger! Everyone quickly got into position. Amanda-senpai and I got into our seats in the cockpit. The crosswind is really strong, Oikon. Yeah, I'll use full rudder from the start. I firmly stepped on the rudder pedal, even though we weren't moving yet. When the crosswind hits the glider during takeoff, its nose will turn into the wind. This is called the weather vane effect. But by steering in the opposite direction using the rudder, we'll be able to negate that effect. However, because the rudder has almost no effect until we pick up speed, we need to use a full rudder before launch and gradually release it as we accelerate. This is the first time we've taken off with such strong crosswind. This would be like performing without a rehearsal, but we have no choice. Runway is clear! Himari let us know that there were no obstacles on the runway. Then she moved around to the side of the glider and lifted up the left wing, a little higher than usual. The wind is blowing from the front right direction. If the wings were level during takeoff, the wind from the side would slip under the right wing, messing up the balance. Hence, we need to launch with the right wing a little lower to stop the crosswind from going under it. To maintain the bank angle where Himari is tilting it, I move the control stick to the right to manipulate the ailerons. Takeoff preparations complete. Here we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Senpai replied nervously. I put my thumbs up and sending the signal to Himari outside. Takeoff preparations complete. Kotori launch. Okay. Clang. The moment Himari gave the signal, the winch started up without delay. Vänta. Jag måste bara muta ljudet här för jag tror det här kanske är den låten. Jag vet inte om det här är den låten där de håller på och sjunger och grejer. Nej, det kanske inte är det. Eller? Nu börjar nog låten i så fall. Nej. Okej, ni får höra den här låten, det är lugnt. Jag tror inte det är någon fara. I think it's okay. Anyway, what the fuck are you doing here? Anyway, I think it's okay. Säger jag medan jag multitaskar här i bakgrunden såklart. Gör så mycket multitasking jag bara kan. Alltså jag skulle så gärna vilja fixa en setup där jag bara kan ligga i sängen och spela här. Det var så skönt. Bara luta sig bakåt och så bara sitta där och läsa basically. Jag vet inte hur jag skulle lösa det. Jag vet inte riktigt hur jag skulle lösa det. Jag skulle behöva ha en ny setup kanske. Ha en till skärm som är borta vid sängen ungefär. Mikrofonen är tillräckligt lång. Sladden är nog tillräckligt lång, vill säga. Ja. The moment Himari gave the signal, the winch started up without delay. The glider steadily accelerated. I pulled it back the control stick. I'm counting on you, Aoi! The glider flew into the air. Himari, who was holding up the wing and running with us, was left behind. Whoa! Fuck! The glider shook like crazy when it was hit by a crosswind. Are you alright? Oikun, Amane-chan. We're fine, I leveled it out. Somehow we're alright. Roger. As we accelerated, the ailerons started working, and we were able to keep the fuselage banked against the crosswind. Using the rudder, I turned the nose toward the direction of the incoming wind. Without the crosswind, the glider steadily raced into the sky. Coo-hoo! Our airspeed is really fast. Our rate of climb is much higher than usual. Even if it looks like we're flying with the same speed, when the headwind is strong, the relative speed of the wind hitting the glider is different. This is the airspeed. When the airspeed is high, the lift increases, rising the glider up. Today the wind was strong. The force of the winch pulling us was competing with the force of the main wings lifting us up, so the fuselage was shaking. Releasing. Just before passing above Kotori, who was operating the winch, I released the towing rope. Whoosh. Freed from the force that was holding us down, the glider was suddenly thrown up into the air. I immediately turned around to check if the towing rope had been detached. Release confirmed. Takeoff is successful. Okay. I checked the altitude on the altimeter. We were currently 300 meters above the ground. I looked up to the sky above. Outside the dome-shaped canopy, all I could see was sky. A sky changed from night to morning. Indigo, orange, pale, yellow, purple, a complex image painted by the rising sun was spread as far as the eye could see. And there, in the middle of one long straight line of clouds stretched out. Amazing. Completely absorbed by it, I fixed my eyes on this spectacle for a moment. Vilket jävla spektakel. Åh nej, nu är de tillbaka igen. What are those little clouds? Yeah, you're right. What are they? Those are unusual clouds. They look as if someone painted them with a brush. Här har vi våra två karaktärer jag pratar om. Det här är liksom två routes också, men vi har typ inte ens fått träffa de här karaktärerna än. If that was the case, it wasn't a skilled painter. That's not true. I think they're really pretty. It's a good painting. Ha! It's always you praise anything, huh? Hey, listen, over there. Oh no, it's the glider again. Something is flying. Is it a UFO? And why is the left wing so much longer than the right one? Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? The glider that we saw before. What are they doing so early in the morning, I wonder? Ha, they're flying, aren't they? I can see that. That's not what I mean. Then aren't they trying to go over there? Where? There, to those clouds. Den här låten är fan en jävla bag. It's so pretty. Yeah, it's so marvelous. I wonder how something like that is even possible. It really is like a miracle. But isn't it a bit different compared to that photo? Yeah. Maybe it will get bigger. Who knows? Where are Aokun and Amane-senpai? Wait a second, I'll look for the binoculars. Det är nära ni haft ett par kikare. Oh, there they are. Det ser fan ut som att det inte sitter någon i sätet där. Where? There, above the lake. It glittered just now. Fatta om de skulle bara göra världens twist och sen bara boom, så försvinner de här personerna också. Det hade ju inte passat in i den här novellen, men det hade ju kunnat vara en grej liksom. Holding the control stick tightly, I somehow managed to maintain our altitude. The airflow was pretty damn rough, huh? It's taken everything I've got just to keep our altitude. On days when the airflow was calm, I only had to hold the control stick lightly. However, in stormy skies like this, the glider was constantly shaking, and I didn't know when it could be hit with a sudden gust. I had to concentrate solely on the wind that was hitting the fuselage. Are you alright, Aokun? Ugh, I'm fine. More importantly, senpai, could you search for some spots where thermals are likely to appear? Termiter? Uh-oh. Understood. Senpai looked outside the canopy to search for places where the thermals may occur. Clouds are used as markers to find them. They are formed when updrafts containing moisture are cooled high in the sky. Therefore, thermals are usually below them. I flew based on guesswork, while keeping an eye on the variometer. The variometer is one of the meters in the glider. It tells us about the rising and descending rate based on changes in atmospheric pressure. A sudden reaction of the variometer can mean that we're entered a thermal without realizing it. No reaction, huh? The reaction from the variometer was slow. The glider was gradually descending. Found it! A cloud! Senpai shouted from the front seat. Where? 4 o'clock. Alltså det känns ju som att det är han som borde sitta längst fram eftersom det är han som styr hela tiden, men jag vet inte. I stepped on the rudder pedal as I pulled the control stick to the right. The glider turned. Ugh, the rudder blade is heavy, and the ailerons on the rudder take strong winds. Steering them becomes heavier. But in such conditions, their effect becomes stronger as well. Is that it? The small cloud Senpai had found entered my field of vision. It was a thin, long cloud. Please work. With that wish, I flew under the cloud. We went forward for a while, but we didn't fly into anything resembling a thermal. After all, we can't see them, so we don't really know if they're there or not. You can't see them, but you can feel them. Where is it? I turned once, to face toward a different area, and then... Whoa! Whoa! Suddenly the left wing lifted up, tilting the aircraft. Aokun, right now! Yeah, I know. This wasn't a feeling of being shaken by a crosswind. A rising thermal grazed the wings. I immediately turned the rudder to the left. The variometer reacted. The glider was rising. We've entered a thermal. When we confirmed that, I continued turning the glider. Thermals are like a pillar, stretching from the ground up through the atmosphere. In most cases, the strongest lift is in the central part, known as the core. Normally, it gets gradually weaker the further away from the center you go. If you want to climb higher, you have to get as close to the core of the thermals as possible. I turned the glider while searching for the core. The variometer told us that our rate of climb is increasing. We were gradually getting closer to the core. Looks like we entered the core, said Senpai as she looked at the meter. Förlåt. I tried to keep the glider circling in the same area as much as possible, to keep rising in the core of the thermal. All right, we're climbing. Through the seat, I felt that the glider was ascending. It's jokingly called the ass meter. Va? Vänta, va? Vadå ass meter? But feeling all sorts of G-forces transmitted through the seat is an important sensation. Jaha. Alltså, va? The seat is an important sensation when piloting a glider. That's because things that inform you of the glider's reaction to quikers aren't the meters, but your body, and the seat that is directly underneath, connected with it. Not wanting to lose the response, I paid close attention while operating the controls. The ass meter. What? They're climbing! Looks like they successfully got on a thermal. Icon! Icon is busy right now. Amanda-chan, it looks like it's going well. Jag tror fan vi ska avsluta. Jag ska ta en liten paus här. Jag ska gå och fixa lite te. Så kommer jag nog tillbaka efter det. Men vi ska ta en paus här. Jag tackar så mycket för att ni har tittat. Kanske lite cliffhanger, men det gör ingenting. Jag tackar fortfarande för att ni har tittat på det här avsnittet utav If My Heart Had Wings. Så hörs vi nästa gång. Tills dess så får ni ha det superbra. Så hörs vi då. Hej då!